Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tiny Austin. Look at that. We shrunk him. Honey, I shrunk Austin. You're so tiny now. I'm going to look at you like you're right there. Folks, welcome back. This is the Producer Lounge. Big sheesh. Episode 58. We made it.
Up there in the
We're
numbers.
getting old, dude.
Jesus
getting
Christ.
Old.
Look
Pretty
out,
soon,
Joe. We're
soon
going to be in
gonna-
that 4-digit soon.
Fucking soon.
4 digits.
Soon.
Right around the corner.
This is our music production show, folks. You're welcome to come hang out, ask questions. We're just gonna shoot shit about stuff. Maybe hop in the DAW. You know, maybe go on a philosophical rant. You know,
Yeah.
maybe tell everybody to stay in their studio for longer than they think. You know,
Right.
We have some tropes we keep digging at. But
Maybe we just break out in a pillow fight. You never know.
maybe a wet
You never
t-shirt
know.
contest.
Yeah. Okay.
You know? But we're
Yeah.
all wearing black shirts. So it defeats the entire purpose.
It's a wet person conference. Or a
right.
Yeah.
Wet person conference.
contest.
Sounds sick.
Contest, not high at all. Yeah, drenched.
Just an entire,
You know?
what are those called? Convention centers. Everybody's just drenched, and there's like
Right.
stalls where you can go and just like pull a thing, and it just re-drenches you, and you're like, okay.
Oh,
sick.
God.
And everybody,
The carpet is just
the place just gets destroyed over the course of
yeah,
the
it's just
conference.
destroyed. Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's hilarious.
That's how Always 400 does it.
Always 400.
We destroy
The
conventions.
Always 400 drenched person conference.
Yeah. Conference, yeah.
Yeah, it's a conference.
We
Well,
pass
folks.
out like plastic bags on the way in.
Yes, of course, for your sensitive items.
Yeah. Yeah, they will not last.
What's up, Aqua in the chat?
Aqua, what's up, buddy?
Folks, this is a live show. If you're watching this on YouTube, it is live on YouTube and Twitch every Tuesday at 7:30
Look at us
Mountain
go.
Standard Time. That's 9 for you Easterners.
9:30?
9:30.
9:30, yeah.
Well, I mean, that was implied
Yeah.
in my brain, but you're right.
That's fair.
So how goes production, boys?
Oh, it goes.
It goes
Going As
good.
always, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Life is good right now in the production zone.
Making some
You
songs.
know, it's interesting to think people could go back and listen to all these podcasts, and if you would have listened to some of them going back, like it seemed like none of us even make music. Almost.
Right. It was-
We're like, yeah,
we had a couple lulls. that
taking
happens.
breaks is okay, guys, right?
We did have a couple episodes where we're like, you should take breaks.
Right, exactly.
You should do that.
Now I'm in a video game 12 hours a day.
Now we're going to tell
Let's
you,
go.
grind your balls off.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is the way to go. No.
Don't do what we're doing. No. Don't.
Now, you do need the breaks every once in a while.
It's so
but
true.
Yeah.
Ain't break time right now.
It's grind time, baby.
That's right.
It's basically
Going hard, yeah.
the moment you come back out of a break, you got to be like, you got to listen, answer the call. Like once it starts knocking, you got to be in the studio, and it
Yep.
you just get drenched, just soaking wet.
Get drenched.
music, I'm calling towards you. Make
That's right.
fire beats, dude.
Right. The muse starts whispering.
Oh.
What about that fun idea?
You know that one voice recorder? You know that one thing you recorded into your phone? A little
Years
melody
ago.
idea years ago. Pull that shit up, dog.
And you pull
It's
it up, and
time.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
You're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
you're-
is
I'm
this?
never going to be able to do anything with this.
Yeah, like this is so dumb. There's no context.
Dude, I do that so much. I have like 80 voice recordings in my phone.
Damn.
Never touched a single one.
Yeah.
Not a single one. Maybe one at like when I first started doing it. But
Right.
like, and I feel like they're all like fun ideas and
'cause
like
they're-
cool ideas, but like I
Yeah.
just never think about it when I pull up the DAW.
It's not part of my workflow.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
If anything, I'll just record like some birds chirping or something and be like, yes, I will
Right.
use this.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I have a few of those. I still haven't grabbed that sprinkler because I recorded the sprinkler one time
Out front.
Ours.
in the backyard, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah.
It was like, it was sick.
You're like, ooh,
Oh, I think I remember that.
that
It was like lagging. It was like
It was like fast and then slow.
yeah,
and
but it
then
was like
fast and
kind of
then
like
slow.
it had like a almost like a pitch.
Right.
What's that called? A glide from fast to slow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to like.
Right.
I think I remember that. Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
No, but it
Yeah.
would be fun to take that and then use the groove for like a bass vibe. Or
Sure.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
It's like, oh, here's a rhythm.
Like a
Just,
basic
play with
rhythm
that.
to use, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like the idea of making a tune based, like giving yourself a grid that's off the grid, but it's your own grid for the tune.
Yep. Yep.
To just place things on that grid. But shit will get pretty swingy.
Oh,
when you
yeah.
do it.
Very fast. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It could be tough for it to not be swingy.
You're like, it's kind of working, but it's also not.
That's
How do I
always
make
fun.
this like tighten up just enough?
Right, trying to pull like weird grooves out of just random recordings.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Or just out of anything. Like I'll
do
go to
love that.
Splice and like search effects.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
you'll end up like flattening it down to the point where it's like little transients and like a weird rhythm, and like using those for
Like a mush
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty
with the
fun.
background.
Right.
Yeah, I do enjoy that.
I remember John talking about, I don't know if it was like a thing we did when we first started kicking it with him or not, but it was something along the lines of he would take his track and like print it out or whatever and like filter it so it's all like not a lot of highs, not a lot of lows, and like distort it or chorus it and phase it and just kind of like blow it out of proportion and make it noisy and weird. Because then inside of that, since there's so much like chaos happening, maybe you hear like another melody or another rhythm inside of it.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and the more you push it and the more you distort it, there's gonna be like random squeaks and things that sneak out, and
Yeah.
it makes this weird melody.
Yeah, just some weird shit like that. What was that?
McDubs with a sub.
Dude,
And the cheeky comment.
Yeah,
Don't
Dubs
appreciate
cheeky
that,
subbing.
McDubs.
what did he say?
Listen here, brother. You and I, we're gonna make mod with that attitude.
I'm still doing this.
Okay.
Give up already, guys. Jesus.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, so
Actually, I
John does that thing where he intentionally fucks up a sound to try and hear weird shit inside of it.
Right.
And then Subtronics does this other thing where he'll play TV shows in the background while he's listening to music, and like occasionally like a kind of song will come up, or they say something in the show, and it just happens to be like perfectly on time with his song or whatever, like a nice synchronicity moment. And he's like, "Oh my god, that was perfect. I need something like that, like little vocal hook here, like just like
I
weird."
can see that, but man, that would drive me nuts.
I know,
Have that
right?
Just going all the time.
Yeah, yeah, it's a weird thing.
He just has
To
like a
commit to
show
that.
going or what?
Yeah, I don't know if he like always does this, but I know he likes actually I don't know what show he likes. He said it in the thing,
A
but
Family Guy.
no, it's more along the like Parks and Rec or like Always Sunny.
Always
Kinda
Sunny
vibe.
would be fire.
Yeah.
But I would almost rather listen to a podcast. So it's just like continuous, just word vomit.
I could see
And
that.
so you get better chance
Little
of like
rhythm
catching,
moments.
little rhythms, especially if you're listening to like Jordan Peterson
Yeah,
and he does the same kind of rhythms.
something that
Oh, oh my God!
The power's out.
power's out.
Fucking
Shout out Whittler.
Whittler.
He made our night
That
one
shit.
time.
That
Quick
shit's the
little
best.
story time. We
He-
were
he
having
watches-
fun on some
G says he watches Gossip Girl.
Subtronics.
I would hope so. Either that or like Grey's Anatomy
Yeah,
or like
right.
Seventh Heaven. What's another good one? Dawson's Creek.
Wow, you're just
Dude,
throwing
that's-
about there.
I'm old, okay?
Can't even think
Let
of
me just
one.
age myself real quick.
What is
Friends.
Friends there?
Seinfeld is actually dry enough that it might work to just have that on constantly. Besides the damp, you know,
How I Met Your Mother. You'd get some fun bits
it's
out
good,
of
but
that.
there's
Definitely
too
do
much.
not
There's
want
too
the
much
slap
laugh track.
basses getting filtered into our tunes.
No, you don't want slap bass.
You don't want
No.
to be inspired by a slap
No.
bass.
Although I have that one slappy bassy sound in that speed rave track that
Oh, yeah.
works somehow. Friends is
Yeah.
not for me. Yeah, that's fair.
Same. I
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it when I was a kid and it was fine, but it's meh.
Yeah. See, the real move is take 4 random tracks of any genre, play them on YouTube all simultaneously while you make your beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
while you
Dude.
make your beat, and just put them on loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all different times, so they're all going to loop differently and just end up like, oh God,
Just
torture.
pure chaos.
If you can make a
Noise.
track that sticks out through that, it'll be aggressive.
Yeah,
It
right.
will be aggressive.
And the point of that is when you're playing live shows, the crowd is always loud as fuck, you know? It's gotta
It's not a good excuse. It's not a good excuse. Totally different environment. I'm not trying to write music at a show. You know, I'm not sitting there.
Maybe
while,
you should, Caleb.
May-
You never know, dude.
Hey guys, I brought my desktop today. I'm just gonna listen to this whip. We're gonna work
There
on.
are guys like that just want to go to the show and then work on beats.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think that's a young man's move,
Mm.
like a young producer's move, where they just go, "I'll just work on beats while
Right.
I'm at the club."
Right.
They're in the corner.
I'm jealous of painters for that
Oh,
reason
like
because
that.
they just
I
get
see
to
what you
like
mean. Yeah.
they just get to
Yeah,
chill and
that's-
paint
yeah.
to the vibe. Yeah.
Right. Totally different.
So jealous.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Mm-mm.
No.
Can't. It's hard with
Like
music.
we have to visually be staring at something artificial. We have to be constantly in tune,
Mhm.
listening wise. Hands, we have to be like doing things the whole time.
Yeah.
Like the only thing is we can, well, the painters can get drunk too. Like
Yeah.
we
Smoke a little herb, man.
we get to sit down and stand up pretty aggressively.
Standing up aggressively.
The main thing that we have is we can go like back and forth in time because the song is a journey. Like that's the art form. It's like you listen for it for the middle of it. You don't listen to a song for the ending. Like it's not a story. It's not like it's a metaphor for life basically. We're gonna get super meta here.
Let's go.
It is a metaphor for, like because you live life for the journey for what's happening right now, like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing you listen to music for. You want to listen to the song. You're not listening for just what happens at the end. Like what happens right at the crescendo? Like nothing. It'll just peter out like all house tracks.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Or like the
You know?
final
You know?
destination is just the end of the song.
Right.
Like, definitely that cliche quote of just like
Yeah.
it's about the journey, not the
Right.
destination. man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
it's true though.
because of that, when we're working in the DAW, he's laughing.
Dave's
at me.
loving it.
I know that everybody is so lost right now, or maybe it's just
No.
me because I am quite high.
No. Come down, dude.
Yo, get down from there, Dave.
Dave, you're so high up there.
You're
dog.
so high up there, Dave.
Where'd you get a hot air balloon? But yeah, so because of that, because that's the style of art that we make, when we're making it, we get to sit there and just like, oh wait, pause, go backwards, work on this thing that just happened. We can just constantly go underneath all the layers indefinitely. Like it's never permanent until
It's
we
like
say it's
Groundhog
permanent.
Day.
Right. Where in painting, like you can paint over it, but like there's a certain point where you've painted over too many times and like the whole thing's a botch.
Dude, that's one thing I'm jealous of with painting is like if you had like your paint, it's like yellow over orange or whatever, it kind of just covers it, you know, unless you do it lightly and like smear it or whatever. There's no like phasing. Whereas like with sound, you can't just layer a sound.
Yeah, but
Everything
you-
fucks itself up.
But
in
if
a
you
way.
do it right, like the amount of sounds you can pack in a moment that a human can hear and pay attention to all
Yeah.
at once
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
When looking wise, I can only really look at one thing at a time. Like you have to sit there and scan a painting for a while before you can like take it all in.
Especially like an Apex collective painting where it's just
Right, there's a bunch
everything
of
all at once
shit.
everywhere.
Yeah, and it's all three-dimensional,
Yeah.
tunnely and stuff.
Yeah.
But in a lot of stuff, like you can only look at a pinprick. Like your brain is, grabbing all the other information and putting it
It's just like,
together, but you have to kind of scan it. Where in music, you can just sit in it, which is dope.
Mm-hmm.
You can just
And it literally like is filling the room. It's like a physical.
Yeah,
Even though you don't
yeah.
necessarily feel it like
But
on
it
the
is
outside, you
physical.
feel
It's-
it internally.
it's pushing airwaves
Yeah.
around, and that bounces on a bone in your ear. That's like, yeah, that's definitely a bass sound.
Yo, is that
like-
40 hertz right there, dude?
Yeah, like it just it's like, oh, this is a tight wub. Listen to this, and it's literally sitting there Morse coding to your brain like, this is a dope bass sound.
Dope
and,
bass.
and your
dope
brain
bass.
is like, oh, I bet it is, dude. I bet it is.
Music is just Morse code.
Dude, it's just a
Morse
bone
code,
doing
man.
Morse code in your
It's just a
eardrum.
bone.
That's all it is, dog.
But then you go to a live show, and then you got some Function Ones blasting you with sub, and then you literally do just feel it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
all the rest of your
my
bones
chest is
become that
shaking.
same dude.
Yeah.
All your bones are like, that's a cool bass sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
We were at the Lysurgia Art Collective event at the Black Box.
Mhm.
Was that a month ago or
It was a
something?
good time.
Yeah, shout out Lysurgia.
Shout out
And-
Black Box.
Yeah, we had a homie play. We had a bunch of cool people play there. And I remember there was a moment where I went to like the very front with AT, and I was like, yeah, I want it to be just loud, and like Ryan Lang's playing, and like he's our homie. I want to like feel it all. And it was like so much sub and like a normal amount of like sub for a track and a thing, but I was like just so close to the speakers that my entire
Right.
body was just earthquaking.
Right.
And I was like, oh,
Right.
this is fun for like a minute, and then it just starts to hurt. And then, yeah, I don't know how some people do the thing. Like, have you guys ever seen like TikToks or shit where people at a festival are like sitting inside the sub
Yeah.
or something, or
yeah.
like their back is against it?
Yeah.
It's, dude, that is so fucked up.
Yeah.
And they
Well,
don't
they're-
have like
they're fucked
earplugs
up.
in or shit. Oh yeah, yeah. Also that.
So everything's kind of subjective at
They
that point.
definitely are fucked up.
What
They're fucked up, dude.
are they sitting on the speaker? To them, they might not be sitting on the speaker. They might be on like
Yes.
an alien spaceship
They might
traversing
be
love.
in hyperspace.
Yeah, yeah. Like their body's there, sure, but like they're not there. Yeah, they're
I
like
have become one with this music.
they're experiencing
speaker.
love through time,
Oh wow.
outside of the fifth dimension.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside the
least
fifth
that's what
dimension,
they're
bro.
At least.
They're pushing it.
At
Damn.
least.
Yeah.
I gotta step it up then. On SoundCloud, you know how like under your name you can add like what city you're at. Well, don't add your city because that's boring and lame. Add some like fun little thing. And mine is Fifth Dimension, but apparently I gotta step it up because the Wooks at a festival are doing some stuff and sitting by
Oh,
a
yeah.
speaker and pushing past the Fifth Dimension.
Oh yeah.
I gotta
Dude.
get there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. You gotta go 6 or 7 at least.
6 or at least, right?
I would say go
At
to the
least.
400th.
400th
The
dimension.
400th dimension is
Foreign dimension.
Infinite Dave's in a
That's
spiral.
insane. Oh no.
That sounds sick. A Kaleida Dave.
Kaleida Dave.
A Kaleidodavoscope. Anyways, that brings us directly to the tip of the week. Like no joke. Like that is a perfect
Did it
segue.
really?
Perfect.
No.
segue.
Okay.
But we're gonna jump in since we're already half in. Kind of. We're gonna get you the tip of the week. I had an idea based on last week's episode
Wow.
of going to the studio with intent. I don't know if that was the title or just the thumbnail, but we talked about it in the
Yeah.
episode. And then I had an idea of while comparing mixes of different artists, like specifically the mixes, like how is the sound coming through the speaker, like what's focused on, and so on and so forth. And I think it's a good idea to talk about intent through mixing. So, for example, what is the main thing of the song? Like, are you trying to push a club track that just has a really subby kick, and there's just going to be some like high mids happening, and there's no real like crazy bass sounds? It's more of like a rave track. So therefore, you should kind of center the mix around that. Like, you can make the kick a little bit longer, and you can kind of bring up those high mids and push things out of the way to like let that one thing sing in certain parts via automation and EQ and stuff like that. But have an idea of what you want the song to sound like and what you want it to frame, as opposed to just like, okay, I need to mix this to make it a certain sound level, and the frequency spectrum needs to be like this, and it needs to be so loud. I need to check all these boxes. Like, you can do all those things, but also kind of at the end of the day, you need to be like, is this cool? Is the thing that's cool in the song being presented well? Does it does it sound unique?
Does it sound unique? Is it present?
Like, as opposed to just like it's a generic mix and it just sounds like an out of the box track, which is like fine. Like, it's great once you can just even mix a track in any form where you're like, it sounds like other songs, yay.
Yeah.
But you kind of
You're
to
lacking
stand
depth.
out. Yeah,
in
to
those
stand out.
situations.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which depth is huge. I don't think enough people utilize compressors correctly to push things around.
Mm-hmm.
But the intent, I think, is important because you can just kind of go into a daze and just mix the track real quick and be like, fine, it's done. Which is okay for some tracks, but some tracks I think deserve,
a little more extra love.
some love and some thought. Specifically like thought, like sitting there being like, actually, I should pan this and then equalize it because then this main element is going to be centered and alone and it'll kind of pop out a little bit better. And I should filter these things as it's coming in to kind of give it more of an impact or whatever,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah. All those little fine-tuned details in your mix process at the end can be like the difference maker.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
It's insane to me, like how much like I will get into mixing session and I usually start myself off pretty fucking dry, like
Sure.
everything's all the same volume, and I just go for a full mix session on the track. And for a little while, you're like, oh, okay, it sounds pretty good now, blah, blah, blah. And then you do a couple more rounds of little moves and compressing big sections of things and getting all the side chains right. And it'll just, all of a sudden, it just sounds really, really clear
It'll start
and
to pop.
clean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And there's no there are like some secrets to it, I guess, but not really. Kind of the secret is like doing it enough times and hearing enough times in your studio and, referencing enough times where you're like, you can get an idea. But also like, the process of the way you do it lends itself well. Like being able to print everything down, level everything out so you're starting from blank. But all the creativeness of writing it is done.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And it will be better than it was before, which is the nice thing.
Right.
At least for me at this point. And I'm sure there's stages in the process where that wouldn't be true. But you just get to re-look at where all the sounds need to be. You can maybe organize things to where it does do that on its own. Like I like having big sections where I do maybe shelving on the lows and highs and like
Nice.
keep them, like you're saying, doing compressors differently per group and stuff based on how forward or behind in the mix you want to have them. But mixing with intent is sick. You could do different room kind of vibes. Think about like, do you want it to be real reverby or do you want it to be like real dry? Where are you gonna? Where's it gonna get played?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Is gonna lend itself to what you do with that, because if people are just listening to it in speakers in their house and like in the car and shit, you can kind of get away with a decent amount of reverb.
Right.
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 I feel like the club does not lend itself to reverb.
No.
No.
Which
No,
is
it does not.
where we aim. So
Yeah.
Just any live, because there's so much reverb injected into it.
Yeah.
Like, whether you're at Red Rocks,
In the
whether
room.
you're in a tiny room. Yeah.
Dude,
like,
yeah. Oh my God. I've told. Oh no, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's not always the best reverb. It's not always the reverb you want, but I'd rather take that over what reverb I want and then it also adding more reverb that I don't want on top of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. And you can play with that if you know like the setting
Exactly.
you're working with. Yeah, you can really play with it.
Right.
And I've told this story before, but when I was at Tipper at Red Rocks, he had this section where he was just playing drums for a sec, and they were like big, like war drum, like
Sick.
epic,
Yeah.
gnarly things.
Cool.
But he would do this thing where he would just slam like one drum and then wait like 8 seconds or something.
Right. Let it all the way ring out.
Yeah, and I'm sure he had like a touch of a healthy amount of reverb and delay or something.
Yeah.
But at the
little
same
bit.
time, you could hear the reverb and stuff, like the space coming from the speakers. And then since there was so much time in between every slam, like you could literally just hear it go through Red Rocks and like bounce.
I have a sneaking
Dude,
suspicion
it was-
that's like 100% dry.
It,
Like
it
I have a
could
sneaking
been.
suspicion that he's like,
I'm
It
just
totally
gonna
could've
put. I'm gonna compress the
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
well, yeah, sure, it's a compressed thing,
Right.
but there's no reverb, there's nothing.
Right.
It's totally dry.
Yeah.
So it just and then it just
Yeah, and it sounds so good. And it's
Oh,
one of those
yeah.
moments where it's like all the like particles in the air that sound is like moving through, they kind of just like settle for a sec after everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I'm obsessed with like sub drops and shit, because it does that where like you have like this big huge thing and then everything just like
kind of
pauses, it settles a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then but yeah, at Red Rocks you're getting like the bounce. It was incredible.
I think every producing DJ should have those moments.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
The palate cleanser,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
you know,
Dude, I 100%
just build
agree.
yourself some palate cleansers for your set.
Right.
Nobody's gonna hate it if you
No.
make a one singular, like fucking ridiculous saw wave sound.
People are gonna but
yeah, just send it through the
thing
festival.
is, I feel like people would love it, honestly.
Oh
Like,
yeah, fucking
thinking about
yeah.
like people in the club, they're going there expecting just like nonstop dance. Like,
Right.
Yeah, but when it does stop for a second and it jives back up, like that moment is almost like the best moment of the night.
Dude,
once
yeah.
it jives back up. So if you have like 60 seconds of like no beat and just like 30 seconds of sound, 30 seconds of like tapering off into like everyone's like, okay, now what happens? And then and then you get the moment to come back in and everybody's like, oh yes. Like I feel like that's underestimated.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. No, it works really good. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people do it in their tracks, especially like tech house, where it's like meow, 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 meow,
Right,
meow, meow,
right.
meow, 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 meow.
Right.
It's kind of like that. you
Yeah,
know?
it's kind of
Yeah.
a little bit of a lull moment.
Yeah, I love those moments too.
Right, me
Because
too.
you get like a really nice clean sound, which a lot of the times it's not just the cleanest sounds happening. So it's like nice to hear that one singular, like
Right.
some kind of
Especially
weird,
with like no sidechain,
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
at all, nothing in the
yeah,
way.
just dry in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty
It sounds
fun.
really nice.
And if you think about it, like as a producer, it's good to just take ear breaks, you know, every like
Sure.
an hour, 3 hours, like whatever you feel comfortable with. Your ears just need a break, and like
Yeah,
your
their
brain
muscles.
needs a break and all this stuff. Same thing at a live event, you know? If everyone's just hammering fucking songs back to back to back to back,
Yep.
your head, you just start doing this weird thing where it's like it all blends together in a way. So yeah, you have that one moment in your set, maybe 2 or 3 if you're getting saucy, you know?
Right.
Where you
sure.
just pause for a sec. And maybe you have like the sound happen and it's a cool epic moment, but it's still a pause. Everyone gets to fucking just like take a breath for a
Right,
sec.
right. Stand up,
Yeah.
look, and it kind of forces everybody to like look at you. So it's kind
Oh,
of
sure.
it's kind of a good moment to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
and then you get to just fucking
It's
It's
like the
also a
same
good
thing.
moment to change things up vibe wise.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, perfect
tempo
moment,
wise,
right? Yeah.
Amazing.
like
for
you
that.
can do
Perfect.
whatever. You don't have to sit there and just build up, drop your way to
Yeah.
different tempos.
It's like the same thing we talk about with sub bass, where if you just have a constant sub the entire time, it just like loses all of its impact, you know? So we're always talking about like the breathing sub and like letting it have its spot. It's the same thing.
It's
like,
huge.
yeah.
You gotta kind of like play around with the spectrum. Like you have like 20,000 hertz. You know,
Yeah.
they don't all have to be going on at once.
Yeah, God,
You know,
right?
like sometimes have some fun. Make a palate cleanser that's just like
Yeah.
fucking 100 hertz.
Right. Right.
And everybody's
Right.
like, oh, the fuck. But can still talk over each other, but they can't stop vibrating. Hilarious.
Sure, yeah.
Hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Make a palate cleanser.
Make a palate
Everybody.
cleanser. Fucking
Palate cleansers,
The
folks.
palate cleanser.
Dude, I'm telling
We
you.
got to remember
It's
that
a
one. That's
staple
great.
and never goes away.
Yeah.
Dude, I wrote it down.
You're welcome, everyone.
It's in the
That
shape
was
of a
great.
Palate cleanser. You can even put a vocal in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser.
Here, I just
palate
did- Yeah, we
cleanser.
just did it for you.
Yep. There you go.
Palate cleanser.
Sample it.
See?
You are free to sample this content, folks.
You're welcome.
And
True.
GS5 music, I will pick up that mic. Just you wait. When I do a fun, silly accent on the mic, I go,
Don't you push
Hello?
this guy.
Go. Hey,
oi, bruv,
London.
London.
UK,
Coming in hot.
right? Madrid.
Bah.
That's the best one. Let's go.
That was arguably really great.
So I had this like,
right.
I wouldn't really call it like a realization, but I noticed this thing today when I was editing some of our videos.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. So you can like see the audio in Adobe Premiere, and I kind of noticed like whatever we were just talking about, where you're saying like let every frequency just like have a moment. You don't have to have everything go at once. That's how like, that's how we speak generally.
Right.
You know, you have this moment like saying generally. There's like the mids, and then it kind of goes up. Or I noticed when someone was saying something with like a K at the end, like took. If you listen to the K at the end, it's not overlapping with anything else. It's like the t and then the k, like a little hi-hat or a little snare kind of thing.
Everything is like, yeah, because it's time-based.
It's all time-based, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what if you like made your bass sound or your wub or whatever your lead element is like in that form where it's like, maybe you broke it down into like 3 different channels, and it's like, okay, here's my mid that's going to play first. Then the low comes in, and then a little high end like or something at the end.
I mean, one word, send.
Send.
Basically what a send is. It just moves all the way up this spectrum.
Yeah,
lets
that.
loose at the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also like wubs in general. To me, that makes sense why they're so good.
If you have like a filter on it, it's kind of doing
yeah. It's not just a bah. It's like you know, like the sub hits as it peaks and then goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could use like a random word generator, generate random word, and then use that for your bass, like phrasing of your noise. So you go like, here's syllables where there's like
the
sibilants and
the silly
more
skeleton
snappy shit, and then there's like bigger vowels or whatever in moments.
Right.
Dude, that would be a fun idea.
You could just like chart it real quick and then make a noise.
Yeah.
It wouldn't probably be that difficult either.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
It would probably take a couple
filters.
tries. Like I feel like the first couple would be like, and then you'd be like, oh, that's how to do it. And you kind of figure it out.
And you wouldn't even have to match it perfectly. It would kind of just be like a guideline
it's a
of like,
jumping
do
off
it this
point.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the thing you can do.
It's just a thing to try and make a noise that you wouldn't normally make.
That's
essentially.
great.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so maybe for the future, if we ever do a sample flip challenge, hint, hint, chat, maybe we pick, instead of like a sample, we pick like a word, and they have to like try and make a sound around that word or something?
Incorporate, yeah.
And then use that sound.
Yeah. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like you have to use this word, but it can't be a pre-drop.
No, we just do a sound.
Or not even like
No
you
song.
use the sound or the word. You have to like make, it's like the thing you were saying, you have to make the sound based off the word.
Right. And then that's all.
And then
you just
that's
make
all.
the sound.
Oh,
just make
okay,
the
yeah,
sound.
maybe
No
not even a
song.
song.
Yeah, it's
okay.
just a sound challenge.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
good is
that
your
would be great. That'd
how
be
good is your sound design?
Right.
Shit.
Exactly. Which is that's a tough one.
That's a toughie.
Yo, G, you want in on this?
Let's
Aqua?
go,
What do you
G.
guys think of that? I think that's a great
Dang.
idea.
yeah.
Sound
seen anyone do
design
that.
contest, dude.
Yeah.
Sound design contest, and we pick the word or whatever.
The question is, would John overdo it every time?
Of
Yes.
course he would. He'll
Hopefully.
make it
He
actually
would just
talk.
like, yeah, it would just be the word.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah.
But he's like, I made it all with sine waves,
yeah,
guys.
it's like it's too far. You went too far with it. You went up and over the mountain. We said first.
no,
to the
that would
top.
have my vote. If you could actually recreate the sound, that would be great.
The
But there's
word.
also the fact of like do the thing but do it creatively also. So I don't know. Maybe John will
Right.
get the honorable mention. when he
Right,
does
like
it.
John again with the honorable mention. He literally just
He made a synth speak.
and me with
He
the
can do
other
that.
honorable mention. I just set it into a microphone,
Slapped a vocoder on it,
which
called
is
it
the
good.
same thing. I just did it with this instead of a computer.
Right. Right. That'd be funny. I do want to do this.
Just a
I know, that'd be
just a-
fun.
I
idea.
honestly just want to try
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Just try a little
You should. It's fun.
quick guy.
It's fucking sick.
A
Do it,
little
Dave.
quick guy.
What is our word? Can our first word be cunt? Or is that too sharp? Blob. No, what is
Trying to
something
think of a sound
softer?
that would sound
Warble.
like
Cunt. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a sharp one. We gotta go with the
it'd be like a bunch of snares.
Yeah, it'd be a fun noise. That'd be a fun noise to make, honestly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's more of a stab.
You could do
stabby,
something that's like all over. What's a good word that's like hits a bunch of things?
Kiwanis.
Broken.
Oh, broken.
I was also thinking
Broken?
B, like bespoke, like something.
Bespoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then you kind of get like a little punch in it. Little
What about
bespoke?
always?
always?
400. We could just do always 400.
Yeah.
You just got to make always 400.
Oh my God.
a
Always
long
400.
noise.
5 syllable. Yeah, that's like 5
You
sounds.
guys are pussies. You guys would be scared.
That'd be pretty fun.
Dude, I'll make a goddamn novel. Don't you challenge me,
I
Caleb.
will. I will write.
He'll do it.
I wrote my novel in synthesizer
Oh.
in MIDI.
The audiobook. It's just
It's also in an alien language, though. It's not actually English.
right. Yeah.
It's just a synthesizer novel. Read by Roland.
I wish I was that rich.
Yep.
You know,
Maybe that could be our
Like-
first NFT.
that would be a
Right.
funny fucking thing to do if you're just super rich.
Yeah.
Put out like
The 12
it's
days
a
of
way more
Christmas.
nerdy version
Synthesis.
of like who was it that put out their album just as sheet music? It was like,
Someone do that? They didn't even release the songs. It was
Right.
just the sheet music.
yeah, they just released the sheet
It's like
music.
a Kanye thing to
What
do.
a
It is
legend.
a Kanye
He's
thing
like-
to do.
It's like a
Here's
Kanye
my
thing
album,
or an
but it's-
Aphex Twin thing.
Right. Here's my album on a fucking digital player that you mix the stems together for. Like,
Oh God! And it's
I don't want to
$400.
Yeah, I don't want to
for-
remix your song. I want to just listen to it.
cool.
Yeah,
You sold everybody a fucking shitty MIDI.
Yeah.
dude, he sold so
Brilliant.
many of
Controller.
them.
Brilliant.
Though. Yeah.
But
Oh, I mean,
also,
Bucks.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
If that
And
makes you brilliant.
I think they were like a limited supply also, which
To a
is
certain
added
extent.
to the like, oh my God, I need to buy this now.
Right. Right.
Because Kanye fans.
It'd be cool if you could upload your own afterwards. Like if it allows you to upload
Yeah.
several
I think
tracks.
you can.
That would
Can
make it
you?
a little bit better.
think
But
so.
still, like,
Huh.
what do you do? Sit in the park and like, oh, yo, what are you doing, Bobby? I'm remixing a track right now, dude.
Yeah.
One of my tracks.
But really,
I'm
you're
doing
just playing
it on
like.
my stem thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like, what are you going to do? You're just going to put it on the shelf.
That's a great point.
It's just going to be there. Like, I don't.
But I bet you for the average music listener that doesn't know shit about music production or like what a chord progression
Right.
is,
It's dope.
they solo just the beat and they're like, oh my God, this is fucking so sick. We get to hear that.
It's novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's probably only novel for like, what, a day?
Yeah, that's what novel is. It's just like,
Yeah, I bought
For-
this and
it's
it barely
momentarily-
got used.
right.
Like I did.
Yeah.
Same with
I
my
did
MIDI
a
one.
decent amount of using it, but in the end,
We had a month where we were going hard on it. You were going hard.
Well,
I've
right
spent-
now we've used it more than
Yeah, I mean,
I've
at
ever
this
seen
point-
it used.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point it gets used all the time. But like,
Yeah.
I used it a bunch for like a few months, maybe a couple months, and then I didn't, and then maybe use it every once in a while for fun. But
I'll be right back, gents.
Yeah, it's sick.
like, if you just did that and recorded and fucking move it around and
Right,
like,
it's-
push noises,
it's
like
fun.
you would find cool things.
But you also have to like sit there and map it all.
Yeah.
Right. Which same with I have an MPD 232 and it's got
Right.
like drum pads and faders and knobs. And I used it for like, a couple months. Like there at the beginning when I got it, I was like, oh, I can do like live things and it'll be fun. And then I unplugged it and it hangs out. I did use it a little bit when I started like streaming because I was like, I can use it for like effects, but then everything has to be running through your DAW and it's just kind of a pain.
Yeah.
It's
That is
more work
definitely
than
a
it.
pain.
And like my workflow, like I just need a keyboard. I just need a keyboard in front of me so I can like see the notes because I grew up like reading music, so I have a general idea of what's happening and it translates well in my brain. So it's easier than like playing on the keyboard, like the mechanical keyboard. Like having a MIDI keyboard, it's like, okay, now I know where C is, so I can hit F and know where my bass line sits
Right.
and sit there and riff and then be like, okay, let me click it into the piano roll,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. G was playing with this 303.
Oh, let's go, dude. Fuck
Make
yeah.
some dope noises. There's a lot of people like that swear by they just use some hardware,
Right.
drum machines, and synthesizers.
There's a couple, if I had them, I'd probably use. Like, there's one, like, little bullshit modular thing. It's like a pre-made kit. It's like yellow, and it's like pretty simple. It just has like, it just makes like bleeps and bloops basically. But having a random bleep bloop generator would be kind of nice for just rhythms, melodies, and shit. Just to like sit there, let it go, hit record, walk away, come back, and then just like having not listened to it do its thing, come back and just be like, oh, this is a sick loop. Okay, oh, this is a sick loop. Oh, this is a sick loop.
Yes.
And then you can start fucking with it from there.
Yeah.
But I can also just do that all in Bitwig in like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like it's
not the same. The outboard gear is way more annoying to get to work right. Honestly, when you use that shit, it's often the noise floor is ass
that's
to
one
deal
of
with.
one of the main reasons I don't like outboard gear.
Like my synthesizer, I don't like it because of the noise floor.
Yeah.
It at the same time is kind of the thing that everybody loves about synthesizers is the noise floor.
Analog warmth, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but if you're
because it
pushing
mixes
shit.
into the sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, if
When
you push
you're
it,
pushing it and
it
it
just gets muddy.
yeah. Because like, yes, you can like chop the sound around the main sound so there's no like lingering shit, but it's like
Right.
in the sound now you have like untamed rumble from literally 10K
You gotta do some
to
EQ
fucking
wizardry.
30K. Yeah, it's like the
You know?
entire spectrum. Like you can't just like, oh, let me just push that out of the way. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather inject that back in to the track. I'd rather have a synthesizer solely so I could just turn it on and record it on coming in and then turn it off. So then I'm just like, all right, here's the floor. Now I
Right.
can go in and just use that. You know? I don't know. Fucking, I'm too anal with it. I want to be in control. I
Yeah.
want to be in control.
Right. When you're a producer, you're just a control freak, basically.
We're always running Bitwig ads, GS5 Music. Sponsor us, Bitwig. We love you. I'm
Yeah.
German,
Always.
a little bit. An amount. Ich bin Deutsch. Ich kann Deutsch sprechen.
Ja,
Bi-
Beatwig.
Ein bisschen. Ein bisschen.
Tiny penis,
Small
yeah.
amount. But, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's an interesting rabbit hole.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Man. It's good. It's a good pod moment right there.
Yeah.
Some nice silence.
We
Enjoy
could
the silence with this live stream.
we could take a look at that plugin.
Oh yeah,
Some minimal audio.
Oh,
Let's
the
check it out.
pluggy.
folks. There's a plugin for
There's a plugin that I was interested in. It's going under the like we're a Rift plugin banner. It's minimal audio, so it's the same as Rift, but it's free at the moment. It might be Rift feedback.
Everybody wants some free
Rift
pluggies.
2.0 already?
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. It's been out
Okay.
for-
Oh, it's been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out
Okay,
for a
okay.
while.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Now Rift's only $80.
Damn.
Folks, if you don't know what this
The
plugin
original,
is,
huh?
this thing's fire. It's a wave shaping plugin where you can shape the top and bottom separately. I know it sounds like brain surgery, but it's pretty dope.
Jesus.
It basically is.
It's pretty sick. Rift. Whoa,
Ooh,
I didn't know
I
that.
like a separate little $30 filter. That's
Rift
sick.
Lite?
Might be worth $30 depending
Okay.
on how light it
I wish
is.
do they have a monthly deal?
I know,
Could be
right?
into that.
Rift
There,
feedback,
that's
$30.
the one.
That's the one, folks.
Feedback.
Oh, sick!
it's
You can
got
just
high
get
pass,
the
low
feedback
pass.
thing.
Time feedback spread. So it's like a spreader plugin. You know?
Basically, but it'll also like almost ring mod on
Yeah.
itself.
Delay.
Yeah, because it'll just you can feed it back to itself constantly and just get it to ring, which
That's
could be
cool.
kind of cool, especially if you have that automated, all fun to
Mm-hmm.
kind of swing around. You can get some like get Get some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
I gotta
great.
download this and like
30
break
minutes.
it. Ready for
There's
musical
nothing
feedback.
to lose, guys.
Yeah,
What's
that's
this,
true.
What's this filter going on here? You can tune. That's dope. It's got its own spread. That's fun. And a morph. I wonder what all presets they got.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh, look at that
Oh,
filter
cool.
fun.
Okay, nice.
So it's kind
So
of a
they're-
volcano.
They're
it's like a light.
wavetable
Yeah, but
in
it's
a
like
way.
it's like volcano or
Yeah.
a moving version of Simplon.
Mm-hmm.
You get two filters. You get a. It does look like there's a lot of.
Oh, I like that
you can
one.
key
That's like a shepherd's tone filter.
harmonic.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wiggles. Look at that. I've never seen that before.
$30.
How would you make it? Do you think it's got to be possible to make just on your
Yeah.
own if you didn't want to play, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but those are turning into notches from bells. So like, it'd be so much automation.
Plus, there's two
Ugh.
filters. Yeah, it would be so much.
I mean, they're basically doing it with a bunch of code that would do the same thing that you would automate, but like the amount of automation you'd have to do that.
And then you're basically just making a phaser. Like, that's what a phaser sounds like.
Right. And who knows what kind of like offsets you're going to be putting on there because you're like switching poles constantly in like a second to try and get it to automate into stuff.
Yeah.
Like which might be good. It might do a bunch of weird shit that you're not intending. That's kind of half the fun of breaking things.
It does look great.
Yeah.
This thing does look
You
sick.
could have it like moving like that and then like wub it at the same time.
Yeah, right.
It's like morphing.
Right.
You like really get like some wiggly shit going.
Yeah, the wiggles. Let's go.
Dang.
I'm into it.
Free, folks.
Yeah.
Rift.
Probably, yeah. Fucking it's, minimal audio, folks.
That's the company name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Minimal Audio.
Minimal.audio.
Can't you get these things like through Splice?
Rift is on Splice. I know
Rift
for
is
sure.
on Splice.
I got it through Splice. I think so. Pretty sure I did.
Your Splice hookup.
Hey, I got like so many credits. Although I thought I had a
You
bunch
have
of,
so
I
many
thought I had a
credits,
bunch
yeah.
of credits. Like I have like 5,800 or something,
Yeah.
and Kyle was like, "Yeah, I have like 9,000." I was like, "Whoa, you have like double the amount that I have." Like, holy shit.
That means you're using it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
I do use it quite a
Right.
bit because I have so many that I'll be like, I don't know if this will work, but I'm gonna download it. I'm download it. Like,
Right, of course.
on one track session, I'll download probably like 40 things and use maybe 4. But I'm just like, I gotta just bring a bunch of randoms in
Yeah.
because I like having shit from outside the box,
Right.
and then I can also create a bunch of synthesized things to go around them, and it mixes cool.
Right.
You know, good melting pot,
Yeah.
good America.
Good America.
Good America. Melting pot.
Melting pot.
Awesome.
About to make some Trump step.
Some Trump step. We could do that. Folks, thanks for tuning in for episode 58.
We love you all.
Oh yeah.
Go check out Minimal Audio. They got a free feedback little thing you should definitely check out.
Yep.
I'm personally going to download that filter. We can talk about it next week after
Yeah.
we've toyed with them
Yeah.
Oh.
for a bit.
After we've pushed it to its boundary
Right.
limit.
Letting y'all stay ahead of the game on those plugins.
Yeah.
The ping pong is nice.
Bah.
Phil.
Shit, bruh. Shit, bruh. Shout out GS5 for being
Shout out
here.
GS5, Aquat, all the folks in the chat. McDubs, thanks for that. Subarino.
Dubs with the subs.
Go check out the YouTube, guys. We got little short clips there happening every so often. They're fun, full of nuggets.
Yeah.
Subscribe, follow. We're on Instagram too.
Give us your firstborn son.
You can find all of that. You can also donate your firstborn son on the website, always400.com. There's a tab for Hebrew rituals.
Yeah. You can either do blood sacrifice or you can make it clean
Right.
and easy.
But we are
Either way.
we are going to run off the Book of Ruth, so blood sacrifices, please keep them on the east side of the altar.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you, guys. We love you, and we'll see you next week.
Always 400.
.com.
Bitch.